This conference will now be recorded.
I don't know. Let me introduce myself, and then I can start my training of that. Okay. So totally, I have an 8 years of an totally I have an 8 years of experience in the IT industry and 2+ years of experience in the offline and online of Tableau training. So in that 8 years, I got a chance to work on Cognos BI, SQL, Excel, data warehousing, and Tableau. Currently working on that in the different one of the MNC company. Okay, so if that's the overall my experience and overview of about me. Uh, Let me start. Can you go in detail? Can you tell me? I'll be starting for why we required a tablet. So all this introduction. So let me do it. All this kind of introductions. Okay. And before that, so what all? Let me share my screen so that. So this is one of the. Before going to the demo of the tablet, I would like to introduce. These are all the concepts before going to the tablet. Okay. And very first point I would like to introduce about that what is a prerequisite to the tablet. First point I will say what is a prerequisite to learn tablet. Okay, and then I'll start about what is database, why we required a database, and then we can start about what is data warehousing, and then we can start about the difference between the database and data warehousing. And then we start about what is data visualization. Why we required data visualization. Okay. Okay. And then we can start about the what are all the tools present in market. What is the difference between Power BI, Tableau? Why we go for Tableau? Okay, and then what is the present market of Tableau? Okay. These are all the points we are going to discuss in the demo session. Okay, let me start your what is a prerequisite to learn the Tableau. Okay, so before learning the Tableau, so first point we need about the SQL. Okay, so first I can say that so we need database basically. Okay, like SQL knowledge. Okay, and so basically we need a data warehousing concepts.
Okay.
And Excel, and then Tableau. Okay, not only the Tableau, any of the data visualizations, Excel data warehousing concepts, and Excel is the mandatory. Okay, so these are all the concepts are very important when you go for the data visualization of any of the data visualization, like Tableau, Power BI, okay, ClickView, ClickSense. Okay, there are so many tools are present in the market of reporting tools. So these are all the very important concepts to learn it. Okay, these are all the prerequisites. Okay, these are all the prerequisites I can say. Okay, now what all the what all the peoples can join the Tableau? Yes. Okay, so who are working? What are all the peoples can join the Tableau? Okay, I can say they can join as non-IT students. Okay, non-IT who are working in the non-IT and who are working in the IT, like coding environment. Okay, so they want to switch into the tool based, they can try to do it. Okay, they can switch that from the coding environment like Java, .NET, okay, to the tool based like Tableau. Okay, and these are all the and who what is the pre so in entire Tableau course, in entire Tableau there is no coding at all. There is no coding. Okay, only a drag and drop concept. Drag and drop concept is entire con only the drag and drop will be happening. Okay,
Okay.
so basically it's kind of a thing. So there are already happening it. There are all options will be available in Tableau. So that options we need to aware of that. We need to use of that options basically. Okay, and
Okay.
we need to see that how the drag and drop will be happening. So mainly the Tableau is more preferable for the data analyst. Okay, basically the Tableau is nothing but a data analyst. Okay, so data
Okay.
analyst nothing but we used to have some data. Okay, how so basically we have some data. With that data we need to do some analysis. Okay, like how my business is going on, how my company environment is going on. Okay, is there any profit, is there any loss, kind of analysis we need to get it done through the Tableau basically. Okay, so why we required a SQL knowledge here. Okay, so in this entire course we are going teaching of first SQL and data warehousing, Excel and Tableau. These are all the four concepts will be as a package of the entire course basically. So when you go for the company environment, they'll be checking out whether you have a experience on SQL. Yes, whether you have an experience on data modeling, on data warehousing. So the data warehousing concept is nothing but a data modeling. Okay, basically. Okay, so that they'll be checking out whether you have an experience in the data modeling or not. Okay, and at least you have a little bit knowledge on Excel, little bit knowledge on Excel, Del Excel. Okay, little bit knowledge on Excel they'll be expecting. Why we required Excel, that I'll be coming to the next talk. Okay. So if you have these kind of things, knowledge of or experience, then the Tableau will be very easy as a drag and drop option. Okay, so how this will be helpful in the entire course, we are going to see that step by step. Any doubts
Oh,
here? Okay,
no.
now we'll be coming about, okay, we'll be coming here a point of view what are all the things we are going to do in the data analyst. Okay, before going to the tableau of the data analyst, first we will be talking about that what is database, what is database, why we required a database. Okay, so first I can say that before coming to the database, first I'll talk about the data. Okay, so basically what is data? Data is nothing but a collection of information, collection of information. Okay, so the data is subdivided into a structured data, unstructured data, and semi structured data. Okay, so basically a structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. What is structured data? What exactly the structured data does? Okay, and what is exactly the unstructured data does? Okay, so basically the structured data is nothing but a the data is in the form of tables. Okay, in the form of tables. Now, what is tables is nothing but rows and columns is nothing but a rows and columns is nothing but a table. The data. So whatever so basically what is data? Collection of information. Correct. These collection of information we are doing it in the form of a rows and columns basically. Okay. So all the data will be yeah, all the data will in the form of a rows and columns. That's nothing but a structured data. Okay, so basically what is happened here is so we need in the proper structure of a data, then only we can take that data into a tab. Okay. How we can take that data into a structured format, how it can be helpful in say I'll show you one simple example. Okay, let's say I have a data called employee ID, employee name. Okay, location. Okay, so this is called employee. Okay, so in this employee, so employee data is 123, employee name is some XYZ. Okay, some XY something. Okay, salary is something. Let's say I can take as a Mahesh is my employee. His salary is 21,000. Okay, and location is bank. Okay, likewise, and 456 is the employee and Ravi, and salary is of and his location is Hyderabad. So how do you say that? So the data is in the form of rows and columns. Basically, the rows is nothing but this is called the rows. Okay, and this is called a columns. Okay, so basically the data is in the form of a rows and columns. Okay, so this is the structured data. Okay, when you say the same information without having an employee ID, let's say I don't have an employee ID, can we tell you what kind of information it is? So whether you can decide it, whether it is in product ID, cost of the product, we cannot say that, right? So it can be any kind of information. Okay, it's a cost of a product, it is a cost of item. So we cannot decide it. This is one way. This is the without a row, without a column names, without a proper information is nothing but a unstructured data. And let's say basically the same information is nothing but a structured data. Okay, fine. So the same information, so collection of information I told you, correct? The data is in the form of a table with a meaningful data, with a meaningful, with a meaningful of information. Okay, meaningful of information. So there is a meaning is there, correct? So
Yes.
the employee ID, employee name, salary. So it consists of a meaningful. Okay, the same information, the data is in the form of a tables, but without a meaningful of information, without a meaningful. So without a meaningful is nothing but a unstructured data. Okay, so without a
Yes.
meaningful, so like example, this is the unstructured data. This is a one step of unstructured data. Another point of another example of unstructured data is nothing but a, so the data is in the form of a pictures. Okay, another form called data is in the form of a pictures, in the form of a pictures. Okay, or videos is nothing but a structured data. Okay, so basically it does not have a proper structured data. It's so only the structured data we are trying to consider as the data should be in the rows and columns basically. Okay, so that's nothing but a structured data. Example of unstructured data is a Facebook. Is it Facebook? Why I am saying as a Facebook here is example, one of your friend is says that hi, you reply hi, correct? Hi, how are you? Is there any proper meaningful? Okay, what exactly conversation is not having it? It is an improper data, but we need to make it into the proper structured data. So another team is taking care of to make it unstructured data into a structured data. That team is called a data integration team. Okay, got it? Any doubts here?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so basically unstructured data into a structured data. So through a data integration team. So the semi-structure is also the same things. The semi-structure is nothing but it. So sometimes the data is in the form of a some meaningful information, some not a meaningful information is nothing but a semi-structured data. Okay. Now, so these kind of information we are trying to store in the database. Okay, what is database? What is database is nothing but previously there are we are storing the data in the form of pen drives, correct? In the form of
Yes.
floppy disks, in the form of CDs. Okay, in the form of now huge memory came into the picture. Hard disk we are trying to store the data. Okay, in the
Yeah, yeah.
laptops we are storing the data. Okay, so same kind of information. If I have a file type information, okay, so there are a file type information, file type database. These kind of information we are, let's say, you are working in one of the company, you are the HR department. Okay, so how do
Oh,
you maintain that who are working in this today of the employee who are joining all the candidate details, who are entering all the candidates details? First, you will try to maintain into a file type database, correct? Like Excel or
yes.
Notepad or correct. Okay, you save that Notepad. Okay, so there are two types of a database basically. Okay, there are two types of a database. One is file type, one is server type. Okay, so what is file type is nothing but Excel, Word document, Notepad, PPTs. These are also file type database. Suppose you are one of the HR department. You are saved on some company confidential information in the Excel. Suppose the Excel got deleted. What is happens? If Excel got deleted, everything corrupted, not able to open it, it will not store anywhere. That is the file you have. Can we retrieve the data? Can we retrieve the data in the Excel file which is deleted or something? So which is kind of a something had been deleted. Can we recover the data? Correct. So these are all the problems are present in the file type database, like security kind of a things. There is no security. There is no file type. There is no secure recovery of a data. Okay. If something, let's say all the data is in hard disk. Hard disk had been corrupted. Entire company information had been corrupted. Correct. So to secure these kind of information, we are going with a server type database. Server type database examples are Oracle. There are companies are maintaining as a server type database. Okay, like let's say server type is now the companies are maintaining as a server type. What are the companies are maintaining as a server type is Oracle, Microsoft product. Okay, Oracle is a Oracle 11G. Okay, Oracle 11G, 12G. And if you say Microsoft product, okay, SQL Server, SQL Server, okay, SQL Server 2017, 2012. Okay, and if you say SAP product, okay, SAP HANA, correct. So then now there are cloud-based environment coming into the picture, some cloud-based environment, correct. So these are all the server type database. So in this there is a security, there is a data recovery option we have. Okay, so the clients are more preferable to go with the server type. So main drawback of an file type database, we cannot store the data more than 10,000 records or 1 GB kind of a data. Let's say I have a records of 10 lakh records, we cannot store it. The Excel file is not getting accepted. Okay, so to overcome these kind of problems, we are going with the server type data. There are 100 server types database are present in the market, like MongoDB. Okay, MongoDB is there. Salesforce. There are different kinds of database are present in the market. So we are going to connect with this kind of a database into the Tableau and designing into a data visualization. So what is data visualization is? Data visualization is nothing but a designing of a charts with the help of graphical user interface. Okay, so basically we are trying to design the charts with the tab view. Let me open the tab view once and I'll show you. Okay, let's say I'm opening the tab view. It is coming, it's taking time. Yeah. So basically the Tableau is nothing but a graphical user interface, right? So basically we are trying to connect the different whether it is a file type database or an server type database to design the charts basically. Let me open it. Okay. Are you able to see my screen? Correct. So we have an
Yeah,
option
yes.
to connect the data with a we have an option here to connect the data with a file type database and with a server type database. Okay. In the file type database, we have an option called Microsoft Excel, PDF, Microsoft Access. So these are all the options we have. We have a server type database. There are these many server type database connected into the Tableau to design the charts. Let me do with the simple of the with the Excel, and then we'll go with the options. Let me see that I have a data in the sample superstore of Excel data. It tells me that business about the retail industry. Okay, they want to see the data how the business is going on in my company environment. Okay, so they had given the data in the Excel data. I'm trying to connect the data into the Tableau and designing a graphical user interface. Okay, see here I had connected the data. Let me open the data first and then I'll be discussing with the here is the my data source. What kind of a data source it takes me? See here, this kind of a data they had given. Okay, so these data tells me about row ID, order date, ship mode, customer ID, customer move, country, city. So this kind of data is
Yeah,
like
Pradeep,
given
your
with
voice
the
is not
data.
clear.
Yes. Now it is fine.
Yeah, it is fine now.
Now, okay,
Yeah, it is clear.
okay. So basically the data, yeah. So basically the data is tells me about the product name, product ID, category, subcategory. These kind of a data they had been given by the company. Okay, so they had shared the data with the sales and their quantity and their discount, all these kind of information. Basically it is an online a retail industry business. Okay, so they had given me the data, how many orders had happened in the online, how many shipment had been done it. Okay, what was the customer had ordered it, how many products had ordered it, so from which region the customer is belongs to it, what kind of a product he had been ordered. These kind of information he had been given me. Okay, this kind of information he had given me. Now here my requirement is to design the Tableau dashboards like, okay, like how many orders had been happened in the last year. Okay, how many products had been ordered by the customer. Okay, let me see that kind of analysis. Drag it. See, basically this is the data. I'm trying to drag the of order date. Okay, so order date tells me the 2018, 19, 20, 21 data. Okay, I'm designing the
Okay.
graphical user interface with the Tableau, just a drag and drop. Okay, with a one kind of analysis. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
The Tableau does. So we are not just basically the Tableau tells me that first identify the data what we require that. Okay, So here my analysis is how many orders had been happened in the last year, present year. Okay, how much sales is happened. Let me take it and the shipment rate. Okay, so in the country or region wise, how much profit we got it. Okay, let's say I have this much profit, I got it. Okay, so let's say I need in the text chart. Okay, so I can do a different kind of a chart also. Okay, so this much profit they got it. Okay, this is a, when you do a combined of sheet 1 and sheet 2 is nothing but a tableau dashboards.
Okay.
So basically we are trying to design the, we are trying to design these charts with the help of a bar chart, line charts. These are all the different charts we are going to do it. We are going to analyze the data. Okay, okay. So that's the tableau. So here what you are doing here, just a drag and drop, correct? You are not doing
Yes, yes.
anything, just a drag and drop doing it, and identifying it, how much business it is, how much sales it is, how much profit is there, to change into the colors. There are a different ways of designing options to change into the colors. So first, the basically what kind of a data we require, how we need to take it, that's we need to analyze it into the tablet. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the entire history of the tablet. Okay, so now why we require these kind of analysis here is to understand the data, what is happening here inside my company, in the company, what is happened in my company. Okay, so what kind of a business is doing it. Okay, what are all the steps I need to take it, if I'm getting the loss, what kind of a steps I need to take it to improve my business. Basically we are trying to show the data with the competitor comparison also. Okay,
Yes,
we
yes.
can show the comparison data also. We can show the comparison data of competitor data and our data, how it is going to compare it. Okay,
Yeah.
how it is going to, so we are going to compare it and show the visualization. Aesthetics. Okay, so this is the entire history of the Tableau. Okay, now we have it. So we understand why the data visualization comes into the picture here is, so basically the previously there is a all the previously they're maintaining in the notes or something, correct? So if
Yes.
something happens, if a new customer comes into the here, you can enter 10 records or 100 records or 1000 you can enter. If it is a lakhs are coming within a hour, how can you are maintaining it? Can you maintain that lakhs of records? If let's say my store is open, let's say I'm taking one of the retail store. Okay, my retail store had opened at morning 8 o'clock and it's closed at night 10 p.m. Okay, so in these entire 14 hours, some 1 lakh customers come into the store and visit the store and take the products and buy the products also. Okay, and we need to give the billing it, and we need to maintain their history of analysis, like what is the frequently selling customer, frequently shopping customer. Okay, uh, what is the uh, what is the top selling products. Okay, whether the stock is available or not, how do you maintain it? These kind of information automatically it will be goes into the top level management. Okay, by the Tableau.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you got my point, correct?
Yeah, yeah, it's correct.
Okay. So basically, this kind of analysis we required it by the Tableau. Okay. So that's where the Tableau comes into the picture to handle the multiple 10 lakh records, 20 lakh records, some crores of records also handled by the Tableau. Okay.
Okay.
This kind of handling. So this is the mainly we are going to discuss it. And let me show any doubts till now.
No.
So this kind of a analysis we have seen. Why we require data analysis? Why we require Tableau? Why we require database? Okay. So data warehouse is nothing but a maintaining a history of the company. Like if I am maintaining a history of a company like last 10 years or last 5 years, I can maintain in the data warehousing. Data warehousing is nothing but a large storage of a data. Okay. So
Okay.
by the why we require data warehouse. So see, you cannot you can predict your future with the past, correct? Let's say you are
Yeah.
getting a salary of 10 lakh rupees now. Okay, previously you are getting a 6 lakh rupees, now the salary is of 10 lakhs. Okay, so can you predict it? Your manager is going to give a hike of 15%, okay, in the next year hike. How you are going to predict it? That I damn sure you have a confident, damn sure you'll be getting a 15% hike, correct? So based on your
Yes.
performance, present year performance, correct? How you're trying,
Yes.
how you're saying it like damn sure, because you know that what you done it, correct? So
Yes.
you have a few past data, past information, that's what you are predicting it. The same things, the data visualization is nothing but a predicting the data by the help of past data and showing the past data, also predicting the future data also. So the data warehouse is nothing but a storage of last 5 years or last 10 years to predict the company kind of information.
Okay.
Okay, got my point.
Yes. Yes.
So any doubts or something, let me share the PPT once. Okay, let me show you one by one PPT slides. Okay, the same
Okay.
information what I had explained you, the same is information is available in the PPT. Like we had
Okay.
discussed what is database, data warehouse, introduction to business intelligence, why Tableau, what is the Tableau, what are the what is Tableau, so what is database we have, correct? So we had discussed about storage of data and what is data warehouse. So data warehouse is nothing but basically analyzing the business and taking the decision making. Okay. So how do I make a decision? So based on the past data. Let's okay. Like I'll give one more example. So let's say I had taken one example of cricket. Okay. So damn sure and India is going to win today with the India versus Pakistan. How do you are predicting it? In the World Cup history, India had winning chances of 90%. Only the 10% chances of losing chances, correct? Or 100% winning chances is there in the past history. Okay. Now, in the present history, in the present match also, future match also, India is going to win with the by the help of team, by the help of future, by the help of past data, past pitch, past ground. Okay, all these kind of analysis we are going to design. Okay, fine.
Yes.
This is the all this kind of information. Okay, so ETL is nothing but the storage of information, basically extraction, transformation, all these kind of things are going to do, right? Okay, so this kind of information is going to this is the ETL tools are present in the market. There are basically it's here they use load.
Yeah, Pradeep. Hello, Pradeep. Can you hear me? We can't hear you.